The new rule is a sea change.
It completely eliminates an institution's unilateral power over these collections and brings in tribes.
Many museums have shuttered displays rather than fall afoul of the new rules. But not everyone was caught flat-footed. 2 years ago, the American Museum of Natural History completed a 5-year overhaul of its 125-year-old Northwest Coast Hall. Steered by native guest curators, the project perhaps lights up a healing and positive way forward.
That's a hall that was renovated about 2 years ago with real deep consultation and collaboration with representatives of tribal communities, with consulting curators who were brought in, a process that reviewed objects. One of the outcomes of that review is that some objects were repatriated if determined in the consultation that it was most appropriate for them to be repatriated.
It's earning good reviews from important quadrants.
So many Haida from Haida Gwaii, Alaska, Seattle, wherever they are going to New York and making a point of going to the American Museum of Natural History to see the Northwest Coast Hall, to see themselves in it. Our people love to go there, and I think that's the ultimate test of whether the hall is good or not for us. And the hall is good.
Getting there proved bumpy.
You know, it wasn't without conflict, but we have mechanisms to address conflict. The conflict is important. You don't learn, you don't grow unless you can talk through differences, hey?
I think we were able to reach, points of agreement, common perspective, and, that produced an exhibit that we're all very pleased with.
That perhaps lights a healing way forward.
Yeah, I think we can get there. We know we've done it in the past, and we know we can do it again.
The hall was renovated with
deep input into how things are displayed, sensitivities around what could be displayed next to what, or what the framework or what the construct around the display would look like. And to me, that's actually the model of not only what this work should look like or what the product should be in terms of an exhibition hall, but really what the process should be in terms of collaboration between the museum and communities.
The Ohio History Connections Museum in Columbus is also looking forward. As part of a 2020 expansion, it reached out to area tribes.
The decision was made to expand this, and partially because of the need for that expansion, we had this opportunity to bring in more voices.
That inclusivity is now the law of the land, but it's always been just plain good practice, say Indigenous exhibit designers.
When we're getting into a new project, we put together first a committee within those Indigenous communities that we're touching. And we sit down with them, we visit with the artists, we visit with their historians, their elders. We allow them to shape the material that we then interpret and put into the exhibits that we create. In the end, there's something that's far more fascinating that comes out. Now that there's a law in place, I'm hoping that the museums start to figure that out as well. It's not their job to interpret our historical belongings. It's their job to allow us to take those belongings back and then allow us to tell the stories that go along with it.
Stewart, Huntington, ICT News.